What's up, YouTube? So, in this topic, I'm gonna talk about imagine living life to where you have the power to do whatever you want out of life, and I'm not saying you have the freedom to like kill people or to like just do harmful shit. What I'm saying is, imagine you have the freedom to do what you love, right? Such as traveling around the world, meeting different types of people, and not having to work for a 9 to 5 job, not having to tell someone or not having to like work at a job or you being told what to do 24/7 if you don't like it. Imagine living a life where like you have financial freedom, where, like you can do whatever you want due to finances, right? And however you want to live life, whoever makes you happy, imagine you have the power to do that every single day. Or my entrepreneurs, imagine living a life where like you ain't gotta work for the system, you don't have to rely on the system, you don't have to rely on other people to get money from them. Instead, no matter where you go, you'll always be abundant. Or like you have enough money to where you could travel whenever you want, you could do whatever you want, whenever you want. You could like buy the things you want out of life. You could like um pursue your hobbies, the things you love. Live a life where you ain't gotta deal with like the bullshit and stress of this matrix, right? Just imagine that, man. And I feel like, and of course, meeting the types of people you want to be with, right? With friends, romantic partners, all of that. And I feel like, obviously, in life, we're all chasing that. Every human being is, we're all trying to chase things to where, like, we ain't gotta deal with bullshit, to where, like, we're trying to mind our own business and we're trying to pursue life for the things we love. But unfortunately, we live in a type of society or matrix to where, like, we're forced to be somewhere or we're forced to be around people we don't want to be with or be around with because of this fraudulent fucking system, right? And I'm not saying, oh, the system is evil or the system is good, but what I'm talking about is like we shouldn't be living lives to where like we're forced to do something out of survival. We're meant to live life where like we're trying to do things that make us happy whenever you want, like whenever you want. Like basically, I'm talking about we it's our birthright to live life freely to where we have the right to live life on our own terms, right? And I feel like if every human beings were to live life on their own terms, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, and there would be no crimes, there would be no killings. That would be very rare. I think that one of the reasons why there's crimes and killings, in my opinion, and I think I've learned this from other I've learned this from other YouTubers as well, is the fact that like of this society or this system. I think Inofe and Chantuan, I think he mentioned that like um I think he mentioned that like one of the reasons why for crime and criminals and people killing other people is because of the society, because of this world. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a fake world. You know what I'm saying? We're like we're relying on paper money and shit. It's fucking weird. Man. But this is crazy how much money controls us. You know, like we're being overworked, we're being underpaid. Just the fact that we gotta use our W-2 tax forms just to get more money back, and some people they even happened with me where like my W-2 tax forms or my tax returns, it made an error and it fucked up and it owes me $500. But I've been waiting over months and I never received the money, so now I gotta call them. Now I gotta go through so much paperwork and so much shit online just so I can fucking call them and deal with all this bullshit just so I can get my $500. But why is it that like I gotta do all that shit just to get my $500? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, why is that like as human beings we gotta do so much shit, we gotta sacrifice ourselves. We gotta go through so much unnecessary pain, misery, and suffering just for fucking paper money. Like the system is so imbalanced. I'm no problem with the money system, but it's just the thing. The only problem is I have with this the fact that it's very imbalanced, and it's purposely imbalanced too, because this world is evil, right? This world is run by fucking crazy people. Which this makes sense because we live in a crazy world. We live in a crazy realm, so it makes sense that we're run by crazy fucking people, right? Well, basically, what I'm trying to say is like we really shouldn't let life, we really shouldn't let money dictate on how we should live our lives. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad how like at times like money has so much power over people. I mean, rightfully so because we're all just trying to mind our own business. We're all just trying to survive. We're all just trying to do the best we can. But since we live in such an evil world, like it's a lot of enslavement and money control, sometimes people have no choice but to do things they don't want to do out of fear, out of survival, and out of money. That's why, and even with generational curses, like a lot of fightings and conflicts, killings and wars, all that deals with money, man. So, and I'm not saying this rule is evil. I understand there are good parts, there are good people. I'm just saying, for the most part, we shouldn't let money control how we should live our lives. So, just imagine living a life on your own terms, where you're able to do things that you enjoy doing. And I feel like that's the main goal people are trying to reach, just happiness. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm just speaking my mind, but this is crazy how much money has control over us. And there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. I'm just speaking my mind. Think however you want to think. If you think differently, then feel free to comment or like anything like that. I'm not looking to debate or anything. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not saying money is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's just how it is. But it just kind of sucks how like money dictates how people live their lives, and at times there are people who don't like their lives because of money control, especially if they have like families or like through like obligations and all this other bullshit. It would be nice if the system wasn't imbalanced. There's no way we're like minimum wage should be $15 and like $600. I mean, and like six figures considered a lot. It's not. We shouldn't have to go to school and work all these years just so we could have our own place, man. We got paid for food and water, Earth's natural resources. This is weird, man. We live in a weird world, but let's see how it is in the future. Hopefully, it doesn't get worse. But that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.